Hello everybody, my name is Engarde, and welcome back for more Stardew Valley. In the last part, we had some accidents, unfortunately, but in this part, hopefully, things are gonna be alright. See, sunny the next day, that's very boring, but okay. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Forgot to adjust the volume before I started like a dumb beyond. Pull this one out, and this, and yeah, this one. Don't really have like a plan for today. I mean, I suppose we can just do more fishing. I don't know. Definitely want to get rid of this though. Get the hell out of my face. Don't actually think those kales are finished. Yeah, I think there would be like a message pop up if it was. Now, I'm gonna kind of move these around a little bit and just see. And then there is one over nya. Okay. For once I actually did check the Stardew Valley farm planner, which I said I was gonna do like ages ago, but I finally did it. And once again I completely underestimated, you know, how freaking far these scarecrows actually, you know, reach. Because they reach like 8 squares and in every cardinal direction, and then, you know, they're kind of shaped like a diamond, kind of. I was trying to think like square, but not shaped like a square. Like a square that is on its side. Honey, that's a diamond. Just gonna put it out there. I don't know if it's gonna be noticeable at all. Who knows? Because I usually act pretty loopy anyway. But in case there's any noticeable difference, I've been awake for 24 hours. Actually, I've been awake for longer than 24 hours because I'm kind of trying to do like a hard reset on my sleep schedule, which has been completely atrocious for the last couple of like weeks, pretty much. So, you know, gonna do a hard reset, which by that I mean I'm gonna stay like on day one. I woke up, like day one being yesterday, I woke up at the time where I usually would wake up when my sleep schedule is fucked, so I think I actually woke up at like 2 p.m., which is just terrible. That's 7 hours out of whack, because usually I wake up at 7 a.m. So I woke up at 2 p.m., and I bought myself some refreshing energy drinks that are totally not terrible for you. They actually are super terrible for you. Please do not do what I do. Let me just think. Yeah, fishing. More fishing. And we can just get the spring goose. Before I forget, I'm gonna take one, put in here. I always forget to do that, but not today. Yeah, so I stayed awake from day 1 to day 2, so like throughout the entire night. Oh, that's a problem. Fuck. Yeah, so I stayed up from day 1 to day 2, and you know, at like 5 a.m. I actually I made myself dinner, just casually making dinner at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I really, really hope my landlady didn't hear that. It's, there's a good possibility that she might have. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, like, too worried about that, because, I mean, not to, like, put myself way up there, but I consider myself a pretty good, like, tenant. Because, like, I'm usually, like, super quiet, because, like, I don't, like, watch TV at all, so, like, I only, watch, like, YouTube stuff with my headphones on, so I make, like, absolutely no sound whatsoever. Except when, if I just laugh once every, like, hour. So yeah, other than that, I'm just completely quiet. I always, pay my bills on time and all that, so I would consider myself a good tenant. So I feel like if I do, like, one thing that is, like, maybe a little annoying, it's like, he's good, like, all the, like, the 28 other days of the month, so whatever. Ooh, let me just check. Do we... No, okay, it's just slay monsters, which is totally whatever. Yeah, so I made myself some spaghetti at 5 a.m. That was fun. And then like, right after dinner, I got, like, one of those huge cans of Red Bull, like the half-liter cans. Took one of those, and then at, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 a.m., I took another one, just in case. And now it's currently 2 p.m. Okay, well, okay, yeah, so now I've officially stayed up for 24 hours, so hooray. Now I just, kind of have to stay awake until, like, I want to at least try for, like, 8, 9 p.m. Hopefully, if I manage that, that will be good. But, if I only last to... The earliest I'm allowing myself to go to bed is, 7 p.m. Because that is, like, still sort of within, reach. But it's not, like, completely out of hand. Because that would mean that I would sleep for 12 hours, because I have my alarm set for 7 a.m. So, like, 12 hours. I've slept for 12 hours. That's not that ludicrous. It's like, oh, mother catch. I wonder if that is 200 fish? Nah, it can't be 200. 100? 150? Let's check after this, actually. So yeah, if I want to be, like, totally rested for the next day, the minimum is, like, 8 hours. I can go in 7 hours if it's, like, just one night. But ideally, I get, like, 8 to 9 hours, but sometimes I just sleep for, like, 10 hours. Because I fucking love to sleep. Like, I don't get the people that are like, ugh, yeah, I sleep, like, freaking 5 or 6 hours a night. Like, how do you function? Like, I don't get that. And I suppose I've always kind of been like that, because I've heard stories from my mom when I was, like, 1 or 2 years old or something, like, not very old at least. And my mom was at visiting a friend of hers, and her kids, the kids of my mom's friend, would wake up at like 5, 6 a.m. and like be a total, like, fucking bother, and just, yell and scream and whatever. Meanwhile, at, like, 8 a.m., I'm still, sleepy. Just having the time of my life, just snoozing. And my mom's friend is like, girl, if that kid does not wake up, I'm gonna wake him up for you. And my mom is like, you ain't waking this child up. Hell no. No, my mom does not actually speak like that, just in case you were wondering. Not that well, I don't know, you don't know my mom, you don't know her life, you don't know her story. Oh, what? Hello? Tuesday 9th, let me check that. Oh, okay. I just looked at the Stardew Valley wiki, and apparently on the 9th, Wooly has an appointment at the clinic. I actually have a very funny story regarding clinics. I suppose I should maybe save it, but well, I mean, it's not like we have much more else to talk about, so might as well. Because I have one person that I've managed to gotten, like, fucked over by them visiting the clinic 3 times on 3 different save files. And that person being Robin. Because Robin's shop is usually open. Let me just think about this. On every day except for Tuesday, I believe. So, like, as long as it's every other day than Tuesday, she will be in the shop. There is one time on Fridays, she closes 1 hour early. But other than that, she, will be in the shop. Except, the one exception, well, unless she is, already working on a project at your house, then she will not be in the shop. But if she isn't working on something, then, she'll be there. Except on the day when she visits the clinic, which is, I think it's like the 10th of, like fall or something. It's like some random date, and I think it's a Thursday? Something like that. I know it was like some weird random day, and for some reason, 3 different times I've, the plan of the day was like, okay, I'm gonna quickly do what I was gonna do, and then I'm gonna run to Robin with, like, different, like, stuff for her to make, like, a thing with, like, make a barn or something. And then I get there, and then I see, the empty counter, and I'm just like, son of a bitch, you've gotta be kidding me. Like, the first time it happened, it was like, oh, damn it, of course. Second time it happened, it's like, you have got to be kidding me. And then the third time it happened, like, I just saw the empty desk, and I was like, wait, what? And then I checked, and it was like, it wasn't the day. And I just burst out laughing. I just, what else are you gonna do at that point except just laugh? Because, like, 2 times is a coincidence. 3 times, Gordas is silly. And I feel like, I should remember it by now, but, apparently I still do not remember which day it is. Let me actually, future me, if you still haven't fallen asleep yet, do a double check. When is that day, so that both me and the viewers, will know what day it is. Thank you, future me. Lord. I'm trying to be, a little conscientious about, like, actually calling myself out. Calling me editing the video out. Because, like, sometimes I'm just sitting there watching the video, like, you know, I'm watching a YouTube video, just not even thinking about, like, oh, maybe I should do something, maybe I should add, like, or whatever. Like, sometimes I, like, just watch the video while I'm, you know, playing on my 3DS or something. Or, like, you know, eating dinner. Just completely not even paying attention. I'm not sure if I've ever, like, completely missed, like, an editing prompt. I don't think so. Because, usually the worst offenders would be, like, if I left out, like, a large chunk of dead air. But those are pretty easy to notice, because, like, I can just tell from the audio file that, you know, there's just, like, a huge gap where I'm not talking, so, like, oh, well, duh. I wonder if I should cut this out. But there's not, like, a visual prompt for, like, oh, I asked future me to add something in there. Usually it's not, like, a huge problem, because, like, I usually remember if, like, well, I suppose if it's the same day, I remember that, like, oh, I remember that I added, well, I remember that I asked myself to do something. It's a little harder if it's, like, if I've done some batch recording and, you know, I suddenly don't remember it. Sounds like those raccoons are back again, filthy varmints. Ah, you turned up at the right moment, son. Could you do an old man a favor? Could you go around the corner and scare those raccoons for me? Causing a real mess. Thanks. Make sure we give them a good scare so they never come back. Sure. But alas, it was Linus. It was me, I'm sorry. I find a lot of hot, fresh food in these cans. Stuff will go to waste if I don't take it. Do you think there's something wrong with what I'm doing? Yes, it's disgusting. Well, I mean, I suppose it is a little nasty, because, like I don't think I could personally ever dumpster dive just because I'd be too, like, afraid of, like, what is... Like, even if the food is technically not bad, I would be too worried, like, oh, what has this touched in here? Oh. Like, I suppose it's a little disgusting. But I'm not gonna say that to him. Because I do think that, like, dumpster diving, freakinism and all that, I think it's a good idea on paper. If you just, you know, did it in a better way than literal dumpster diving. No, it's a shame for food to go to waste. Yeah, that one I agree with. Yes, it's illegal. This is George's private property. Yeah, I suppose if you're dumpster diving in private property, that's kind of not cool. You know? No, but you should get a job and stop leeching off others. No, that's lame. I'm gonna go for this. It's a shame for food to go to waste. Thanks, Ronnie. We're an open-minded person. I feel good about what I'm doing. I'm not harming anyone. Exactly. As long as you're not, you know, pulling out something that's touched something else. I don't know. You're gonna go home. I promise I won't rummage in George's can anymore. You can tell me scared of the raccoons for good. Those damn coons. I've actually never encountered a raccoon, because raccoons are, like, animals that only live in North America, I believe. Which, you know, I'm far away from. Wait. Oh no. Busted. I know what you were doing, Linus. If you need food, just ask. I don't want anyone in Pelican Town to go hungry. Aw. Here, I got a basket of zucchini fritters for you. Just make sure you dip it in my spicy marinara. Go on, take it. Oh, that's so nice of him. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, again, I think there's a lot of good things that can come out of, you know, not wasting food, because, like, Jesus, I haven't, like, gone out of my way to, like, look at, you know, the actual numbers, but just hearing in passing just approximately how much food we waste, it's pretty insane. Like, holy moly. It's definitely a good thing that, you know, people are trying to be a little more conscientious about that. Put that in there, and put the daffodil in here. Suppose I can just wait for that copper ore to be done, because copper ore only takes like half an hour. It's either half an hour or an hour. Either way, we're completely within reach. Oh yeah, that was easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, that wasn't actually a thing. Well, it was a thing, but it didn't give us a reward, which is super lame. I'm very offended. I was gonna wonder, like, 58 for one of those. That is not correct. That is not correct. Please give me rain, give me rain. Oh, hell yeah. Fortune teller, very displeased. Okay, so we're for sure not mining today. Queen of Saws rerun. This used to be very helpful because there was a good chance that you could actually get the Sunday recipe of that week early, but I believe that has been changed. I don't know for sure, but I'm fairly sure that is the case. See? Hi, me sell hats. Okay, poke. Come to old house, poke. Bring queens, hat mouse. Well, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Way in the future, but not for right now, because I do believe that every single one of those hats costs like, Jesus, like 1,000 each. That is far too rich for my blood. God damn it, dog. Silly Brent. Okay, let me just water our craps. Okay, now that we got everything watered, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna separate out 15. Yeah, okay, 15. And sell those there. Because if you don't ship them, they're not gonna show up in the collection tab here, which is gonna be very important if we want to actually get the ship everything achievement. So, well, actually, and specifically selling 15 of them. Well then, I suppose I can sell a few more. God damn it! It seems like it's always something. I suppose that is my penance for not trying to find more spring goose. Let me just quickly run down to do that. Well, I mean, might as well talk while doing that. Don't need to cut that out yet, I feel. Not yet. But yeah, I don't really... Ooh, I suppose I could talk about what I'm really doing most of these days, which is doing an autism lock in Pokemon, which I have been doing for like half a year now almost. What it is basically I'm nuzlogging my way through every single Pokemon game from like Pokemon Red, and then, you know, when I'm done with Pokemon Red, I'm moving on to Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, and then, you know, all the way up to the newest games, which now would be Sword and Shield, but I think I'm gonna stop at Ultra Moon. And currently, actually, I'm playing Moon, so I only have two and a half more games, and I'm completely done. And, holy moly, it's been a journey. Actually, future me, if you could, pull up on screen, all the champs of the previous games here. Those are all the Pokemon that have survived, you know, the final battle. So, you know, and also it's a fun additional rule that if a Pokemon is in the champs section, I cannot use them in future games, which creates some interesting dynamics, because all of a sudden when you get to the later games, it's like, oh my god, I suddenly can't catch anything on this route. Because as you might tell, very early on I already caught, like, well, not caught, but used Zubat and Tentacruel and Raticate, and, you know, just got all those out of the way. Which means that all of a sudden there's really not much to find on certain routes. But, oh well, I did actually do it deliberately with Golbat, because I kind of hate the Zubat line. Like, no offense to the people that like the line, like, I totally understand, but I've just, like, used them in every single Nuzlocke I've ever done, because they're in, like, every game almost. They're in the first the first 4 generations. It's not until Generation 5 where they actually don't appear. But then they're back again in Generation 6. And again in Generation 6. It's really only Generation 5 where you have a short respite from the Zubat line. And even then, it's just black and white, because they reappear in Black 2, White 2. So that's pretty hefty to have, you know, one Pokemon line be that prevalent. Like, it's pretty insane. So yeah, I just got that out of the way as early as possible, so that, you know, I never had to touch that line ever again. Oh, Jesus. But it has been a lot of fun. Like, it's taken a long ass time, but it's been fun. Like, especially, you know, in in Pokemon Ruby, I don't know if you noticed, but only one Pokemon survived that, which was my Blaziken, and all the other teammates died. But what is super sad about that is that 2 of those teammates were actually shiny, and, you know, that just really hurts, because it was so cool. Like, because actually the very first encounter I got in Pokemon Ruby was a shiny Wurmple. Like, just straight out of the gate, just hello, here I am. And it evolved into a Beautifly. And then, right before the 3rd gym, I was just gonna EV train a little bit in speed by battling Magikarps, and who would appear but a shiny Tentacle just out of nowhere. I actually have a picture, I'm gonna try to see if I can put that on screen, of my shiny Beautifly when I found the shiny Tentacle. It's such like a surreal image of like, holy shit, my shiny found another shiny. I don't think I've ever had a game where I got 2 shinies where I didn't, like, actively hunt for them. Because the first time I played Pokemon Moon, I did have 2 Shinies at the end, but I actually actively hunted for them. First I hunted for a shiny Bounce Sweet, because, you know, I fucking love Serena. Not for any lewd reasons, you perverts. For completely non-lewd reasons, I really like Serena. And then, I also hunted for a shiny Alolan Sandshrew, which, you know, then later become a shiny Alolan Sandslash. So that was pretty dope. But other than that, I've never experienced having 2 shinies in a game. Or, well, in like a playthrough, I should say. Don't think we're gonna make it back to Willie's before he no, it's not gonna happen now. Oh well. Yeah, and then also, oh god, I have another shiny story from that autism lock, which happened in Pokemon Heart Gold, which was probably the most depressing thing I've well, okay, that's, well, let me put it into kind of the most depressing thing I've ever experienced in a video game. Which was that I found a shiny Pokemon in the Safari Zone, which I can imagine is like every serious Pokemon player's nightmare. And it happened. Like, I encountered a shiny Magnemite, and the worst part was that I was like, when I was playing, I was just thinking like, oh, I'm totally gonna find a shiny in here, and it's totally gonna run away from me. And I fucking called it, because lo and behold, it appeared, and I tried to throw a Pokeball at it, because that's actually the best strategy in the Safari Zone is actually just not bother with like the bait and the rocks and whatever, just throw balls, because that is apparently what's going to give you the best chance. So yeah, I threw one ball, it broke out, I was feeling my heart beating in my throat, and I threw another one, and then it fled. And like, it was such a weird feeling. It was like, because of course it was like super sad, but at the same time, I just laughed, because like it was like, it was just so, it was comically depressing. It was like, you couldn't, well, you could, but you know, you wouldn't even be able to stage that properly. It was that, like, perfectly, like, just a kick in the balls. Just, ugh. So I, in between the feelings of, like, oh, I just laughed, and, of course, used my pain for artistic purposes. And by artistic purposes, I mean, getting fucking likes and clicks. So, you know, posted that everywhere, and got a little bit of attention for, like, oh my god, I cannot believe that is the most depressing shit ever. Which it was, just to clarify. But then I also got a shiny Pawniard in Pokemon Black, I think it was. It was either black or white, but I think it was black. Which was really nice, because that actually really helped against Getsis. Because apparently Pawniard just completely walls Getsis. Well, not Pawniard, but Bisharp. I think I said Bisharp. Whatever. I'm very tired. So yeah, and also I got a shiny Alolan Raticated in Sun, which was whatever, but it was kind of fun too. Level 3 farming. Modern can proficiency hold proficiency. New crafting recipe bee house, which I believe requires maple syrup. Excuse me, phone. That was very aggressive. So yeah, we're not going to be able to craft a bee house before we get some tappers, which is going to come from foraging, which we really should level up soon. Speed grow, which I'm not sure I'm ever going to use ever. And farmer's lunch. Actually don't know. Farmer's lunch requires parsnip and something else, which I don't remember. Oh, we got the greenhorn achievement. Because, yeah, that put... Oh, wow, we actually have 10k. Damn. Well, I am going to be seeing you guys in the next time. Goodbye. Goodbye.